Hey everybody, Jody King here. Welcome back to month day 300,037,037 being in social isolation. I was just listening to somebody earlier, and they were talking about like what they miss, and what I miss most are just like the normal everyday things that I used to do that I totally took for granted. So I can't wait to, when all this is over, don't you just want to hug everybody? Well, I'm a hugger. But I thought today what I would talk about is how, if anybody cares, just how I am getting through this new time with, as an artist, as a creative. And I know you've heard me talk about this before, but I actually think that creatives are, this is like our time. So go ahead and let me know where you're joining me from. I love that, because it makes, honestly, it makes me feel like, I think it makes this whole community feel like we're all together. I'm in Austin, Texas. It is a dreary, rainy day, but I'm gonna get out in the studio later today because honestly, I have to do something. I'm not sure if you feel that way, but I have been, like, honestly, I've been scared. I've quit Sage and moved to, Vietnam. Wow, that's amazing. Thanks for joining me from, oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to just tell you like what I'm doing to get through this time, and thanks for joining me from Canada. I've been going through moments of fear to excitement, because I just feel like this is a time of, like, something big is happening. So I have moments of excitement, and then I have moments where I'm just completely bored out of my mind. And then what do I do when I'm bored? I'll eat. I know these weight loss centers are going to be really doing well when all of this is over. But the first thing I had to do is I had to really admit my own fear. Oh my gosh. Hi everybody. Listen, Germany, Austin Rays. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's so cool. Anyway, so the first thing that I've had to do is really admit the fear. So, like, I don't know, I think I'm on day 17 of social isolation, but about I'm gonna say day 5 or 6, I was in so much fear and worry about my business. Like, will people keep buying art? I am the sole supporter of my life, so I don't have a husband or a partner that contributes to my income. So, this is, if you are a business owner, you understand that this fear is like, this is shit's real. And so there are things that I have to do every single day that keep me up, meaning keep my energy up, that keep my, my brain in a good place. But the first thing I did is I went ahead and had a total breakdown. I cried, I sobbed. Luckily, my 2 daughters are here, and they just were like, we were wondering when you were going to break down. So I just let myself have that time of just complete fear and panic. And I know that's what a lot of people are doing. But then after I let myself have that little pity party, then I decided, okay, what is it I can do every single day that makes me feel like, I'm moving forward. I'm still in the game. What am I doing? And so this is going to sound crazy, but one of the things I do every single day is I make my damn bed. It's the silliest thing, but it's like, I know when I make my bed, I can be like, okay, I didn't have to do that today, but I did it. And it's like, I just score little wins everywhere I can. The other thing is, if I answer an email that I'm just been avoiding, I'm just like, score, I did that. The other thing is, like, my girls were like, why are you putting on makeup? It's like, because it makes me feel like, it gives me a sense of normality. And if you know me, I am like, mascara is my thing. They will, like, I don't care if I'm home alone, I will put on mascara. I'm not necessarily proud of that. I'm just saying I'm vain and I like to have my mascara. So I'll put on mascara. That's a little win. Now, The other thing I'm doing that really keeps me grounded and makes me feel better, and I feel like I should do it 5 times a day, is meditation. If I don't meditate, I am completely, it's like I'm untethered. Like I don't really quite know what to do with myself. So the meditation keeps me really, really grounded. So between making my bed and meditating, I feel like those are the things that really help me out. But the other thing that I've been doing, because I don't know how to, I don't know about you, but painting feels awkward as hell for me. Let's see, I cross days off my calendar. Yes, that is such a good idea. I'd love to know the other things that you guys are doing, by the way, to just kind of make you feel like something is familiar. The other thing is, my painting feels awkward as shit. Like I don't know what's happened. I feel like I used to be an artist. I used to know how to paint, but honestly, it feels like I feel like I'm painting with, like, maybe I'm Edward Scissorhands, except not creating cool things. Like, it's like I don't even know what to do with these, honestly. But I know I have to use my hands. I mean, I am an artist, and so what I did yesterday is I listened to the most fabulous book on tape, and I doodled the entire time. You want to see what I doodled? I just kept going and going and going. I doodled the whole time because I have to do something with my hands. Now, that brings me to the other thing that I'm doing, and that's I've been reading books that lift me and make me look at this from a bird's eye view versus like sitting in the fear of it. And I just read Dying to Be Me. It's a book that came out years ago, but it's by Anita Moorjani, and she had an NDE, a near-death experience, and that's what the book is about and what she took away from it. And it is, I mean, if you haven't read it, grab it. It's so good, and it really puts a lot of things into perspective. And one of the things that it talks about is like it's all about love. That's all we need to know right now. And it's about not just love for each other, but one thing that I have really taken away from it is it's love for self. And if we can't sit in love for ourselves, then we are not going to be able to share it with the rest of the world. So that was just a huge takeaway. And I know we talk about this all the time. I know we're always hearing about self-care and things like that. But the self-care, to me, only happens when you believe you are worth the self-care. And if the self-care feels like a nap, I have to tell you, I'm the one that's like, oh no, I can't nap. I have too many things to do. I can't nap. I mean, I'm about to fall over. I'm so tired, but I'm like, oh no, I can't nap. So self-care begins with believing that we actually deserve it. So I'm working on all of that. That's just all of the stuff that I've been doing personally to get through this time. But I want to talk about painting. I want to talk about our creativity and our art, because I did a couple of posts last week where I posted my work, or I just talked about things just feel so awkward around my work. And I think the first thing that I have to do for myself is I have to let that be okay. I have to let it be okay. But having said that, when I go into the studio and I start painting, it's like last week I had one canvas. I painted 3 different paintings. Each time I painted it, I liked it, I stepped away from it for 10 minutes, came back, I was like, what the hell? That looks horrible. That's like shit. So I painted over it. I did this 3 times on one painting. So it kind of feels like, well, I don't even want to get in the studio if it's going to make me feel worse about myself than I did going into it. I don't know. Tell me if you feel like that. If those of you who are having a hard time, because I know there's a lot of you, I've been reading all the social media comments, but a lot of people are like, it just feels weird. So it's hard to even get in and do it when you just know that it's going to feel horrible. You know, you're going to go through creative process and you're just going to end up time and time and time again where you just feel like, well, that's shit. And super glad I got in the studio today. So here's what I've decided that I'm going to do. I was talking to an artist friend of mine this morning, and we were talking about how it feels a little awkward. And I said, you know what? I paint in a lot of different styles, as you guys have seen. I do abstract and figurative abstract and mixed media and things like that. But my favorite style to paint in is actually the figurative abstract, which is what's behind me. Yeah, painting was blah at the end. Yeah, see, I get it. Thanks for your comments about that. Anyway, so I've decided I'm just gonna paint what I just like, the basic level stuff that makes me feel good. So I'm going to go back to figurative abstract and see what's going to happen. I will let you know tomorrow or this week how that's going for me. Because here's what my inkling is, what I'm thinking is, whatever that kind of still small voice, whatever that kind of nudge that we are getting right now as we're having to sit still, having to just be really, really present. I'm feeling like if I will just listen to that nudge in whatever way it is, like even if it's just a curiosity, Elizabeth Gilbert talks about this in Big Magic, which one of my very favorite books. But she talks about creativity comes from, it just starts with curiosity. So if my curiosity is about, okay, I want to go back to figurative abstract, I don't know what that's going to look like. I have no idea of what image that's going to be. But if I can just listen to that nudge, maybe something pretty freaking cool can come out of it. And I think that's what we're all being asked to do right now, is just sit for a freaking minute and listen to what the nudge is for the next right thing. Not all of our hopes and plans that we're grieving that we lost, not all of the fear about the future of getting sick or money or whatever, not that, but just sit and listen to what is this one tiny little thing that is going to pique my curiosity, and then I'm going to be able to move forward on. And if it's doodling, maybe it's a doodle. That was what mine was yesterday. Hi, Undine. Anyway, are you using an image to inspire you? Such a good question. Yes, I do have a collection of some images that, like, this came from a photo, actually Christmas morning a few years ago. And so that's a photo. When I do figurative abstract, I usually work from a photo. However, I really feel like right now I want to use a photo for reference, but not an exact replica. So I want to literally just do it as reference and then create a really abstract thing from it. We will see what happens. This could not go well. This could go very badly, and I could end up feeling worse about myself than when I started. But I'm just going to follow the nudge, okay? I'm just going to, hi Mitch, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm just going to follow that next nudge. And if I'm brave enough, I will share with you what I came up with tomorrow. You know what? I'm feeling brave. I feel like this is a supportive enough community that I could come to you and I can say, this is what I did, and it either I'm kind of happy with it or I'm not happy with it at all, but maybe I can share with you my process through it. So yeah, that's how I'm getting through. I'd love to hear more about how you are getting through. Do you feel like you even want to paint? Do you even want to create? Because a lot of people aren't even wanting to. It's like they are in that place that frankly I was in a couple of weeks ago, where I just wanted to be scared. I just needed to feel all my fear, and I needed to be in bed and be afraid. And then I really just got so sick of myself. I was like, I can't do this. I've been through too much and have lived through too much, and I can tell you I have got through 100% of my bad days I have lived through, and we are all gonna live through this too. But I wanted to give you permission to not do anything that feels familiar in terms of your creativity. And if you do try something new, please take a photo and tag me in it and post it to your story, because I would love to see what you're up to, especially now as we head into this is gonna be my third week of of isolation. So I would love to see what you're doing. Please share it with the community, do it for others. Even if you don't want to do it for yourself, we'd love to see what you're up to. So also, if you want me to cover any topics, pop into my DMs, let me know what you want me to talk about, and I'm happy to do that. And until then, take really good care of each other, take good care of you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, take care. Peace out. Bye.